Welcome, future humans, and those who know that they are the key to opening up all that is within you and to expand it. The human heart, it is the key to all. However, that heart has an embodied brain. So, number one, you will only use your heart if you're feeling feelings, so you can get sad but not suffering them, which means you use your prefrontal cortex because you engage in your social engagement system. Yay! We have all the words now, all of those who are the human angels and beyond. So 5D mystic here. Jesus taught me how to keep my heart open, and Naples, Italy also teaches me how to keep my heart open, and Dr. Daniel Siegel taught me how our embodied brain is always moving from chaos to enlightenment. Well, he uses different words, but he's saying, wow, the brain, it always finds a way to reorganize itself, and it's an embodied brain. So the human heart is a very fabulous gift, and so is the human brain, and so is the human gut, but it's only fabulous when you're using it correctly. You will only use it correctly if it's connected, the body. And if you do, therefore, that which God is to me, discerning, equanimous, and loving. His voice is very clear, and it's not words. Actually, the left brain comes online by the second year of life. In fact, those of us who are in communion with God, Akash, Source, Infinity, and beyond know exactly why there's only one feminine element. It's also why we laugh at all the masculines, and I'm not kidding. We laugh at them, we get angry at them. It's not men. We cry at them. We sometimes, at this year, 2025. So we're totally cool. And having a good time, because you get to be yourself, I get to be myself, and I know what works, and I don't do what I like or don't like, because that's a petty little 3-year-old. But I do surround myself with the people who understand. No, I'm Maria. So how does that work? It's called healthy self-worth, and it's also called I don't fuck around. I just don't curse in people's faces, as my mother taught me not to. Well, she taught me a lot of things, and manners is one of them. But furthermore, I do respect, accept, and welcome all differently than those who are hypocrites. I know how to be a grown-up when I don't like something about you. While when people don't like my ventral energy, you can't not suffer, Maria. You have to have emotions like us. Oh, I'm so happy I don't. But hey, if you want to get out of that, I can help anyone who wants to actually make it. Choo-choo train, you made it. And I said actually because there's a bunch of buffoons on YouTube. I might be a buffoon, except for the differences I know when I'm hearing those who are educating me with information and those who are bullshitting me with their little taintedness. And then I grab the golden nuggets and then I say, hey, guys, gals, days, here it is. That's what's called emotional, mental, and physical intelligence. And it's also mysticism, Akash, angels, you name it. But above all, I'm grounded in reality, which is why my guides, they keep saying, we want to speak up, Maria. Yeah, you're going to speak. I come first. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, spiritual people, don't worry. I'm joking about that. We all work together. It's one big ball of energy, which is why it's hilarious when someone says to you, the reason we don't say yes to Reiki, Tarot, and basically a bunch of stuff that was probably already written in the books in the first place is because these smart human beings who teach these human beings, if we let everyone in, everything in, we're going to let juju, bad, that word bad, it makes me think of sheep. If you're a grown-up, you know it's not good or bad, good or evil. Philosophical religious textbooks are only for those who are living in yesterday's time, so they don't use a prefrontal. I use my prefrontal, and I do know who God is. And again, he's discerning, equanimous, love. And Enoch had him promise that he would never flood the earth again. I have a feeling that Enoch and I, which is also Archangel Metatron, which I definitely have a relationship with since I was a mystic, I knew about it, but I don't look into all those stories because God's one, Akash Source, and we're not it. And you always spot the ones who want to dress up like it. And it's like, wow, the more you dress up, the more I notice your clothes are looking fabulous by the minute. While I just keep on thinking, what shall I wear today? I don't want to decide what to wear. So you do not have to be better than everyone else, but you have to be at your best. You don't have to, Sadhguru, but we do enjoy those who are emotionally elite. Yes, we're not mediocre people. We're mentally elite as well. And when you see buffoons in suits, believe me, I'm not laughing because they're hilarious. I'm laughing because they're actually oblivious. And then I think I need to step it back a notch because Peter Levine tells me what happens to the bird with the broken wing. So people who have a body in protection and don't actually go to learn how to make the body the container, and then they don't learn what resilience is the good way, and then they keep on thinking they know what's coming out of their mouth and they continue to speak shit. I'm thinking of fancy women. I'm making fun of a bunch of people right now because they're not actually doing well. However, yes, thank you. My guides chime in. I need to be grounded for a minute. Once you have no expectations of what the other should do, you will have a successful relationship. And we shouldn't use that Sadhguru because it activates the sympathetic. So I'm a spiritual mystic who knows what science is. It proves exactly everything God told me. Jesus told me. Forgive, Maria, for they don't know. Yes, blessed are those who believe without seeing. Thanks, the Porteous. When I meet buffoons, I don't negotiate with emotionally immature people. And that means a bunch of people who think leadership is something they know how to do. Well, when you speak to me, I don't want to be equanimous. Oh, look, we have another ostrich with their head in the sand. They're adorable. And then when you hear the other ones who are out there, for the ones who are going to actually, what's the word that they like to use when they're making fun of the therapists who instead are giving you the opportunity to transform your life? Coping. Yeah. The therapists aren't having you cope. They actually know how to open your heart so that you may feel one day. If you don't want it, though, there is a Zen master who tells you all about his laundry. And I'm thinking, wow, and you took the title Zen and you actually think you can carry it. Then again, I take a step. I'm flawed and imperfect. I am not the best at writing, and I love to write and communicate. Don't you all know this? But yes, I actually have an issue with making short sentences. So I have some help for a little bit, my friends. Oh, I need help from ChatGPT. Help me, ChatGPT and AI. Thank you to the content supporters. So yeah, I love to be a stream of consciousness, but when it comes to formulated, concise, small little things, yes, it's not my forte. That's how you get to be yourself. See, we're all little angels. My 3-year-old, she's all here. And so are my guides, archangels, God, you name it. They decided that I need to share. So this is me with them, trying to maintain a straight face while I think it seems like you may be right, I may be crazy, but it might just be a lunatic you're looking for. I'm not that kind of lunatic though, because the ones who are actually not to be around are called Cuscos with squirrels, who have no pacha. Have you ever seen Cusco, the Emperor's New Groove? Yeah, the squirrel thinks it's funny that he's going to kill Cusco with the jaguars. Do you know what that looks like on human words? I know exactly what it looks like. Good, and the whole nice guy, nice gal thing. And I've seen it. I haven't seen, none of the physical violence, otherwise I'd be dead. But I've seen the actual capacity for these things to happen. It's not funny. And it's not funny how many human beings like to use the words that therapists are teaching them, and then they don't notice the red flags. But then again, Bezel van der Kolk does mention you can't talk sense to a man who's about to marry the wrong woman, and I know all about that. And I know all about when you say, hey, I love you to death, you have an Achilles heel. Can I spell it out to you? So this person, I know who I get to support. It's the people who are smart enough to understand science, spirituality comes together. They also understand how to use their embodied brain. I really didn't realize how many of 3D, 4D would continue to be around, but I am a person who got lucky. I'm a self-agent and I have a twin, so I don't have the fear of being alone ever with a bear. And that's because my implicit memory rules me like it rules you, but I own this shit. And it is potentially shit to somebody who doesn't like me. But again, it's not shit. I treat it as good as I can, because otherwise I'd be a stupid idiot, wouldn't I? Hippocrates mentions, everybody says they want healing until discipline's in the forefront. I think everybody wants to say they know shit until they don't notice that they're actually performing for a circus act. Your heart tells you immediately. If life weighs you down and it's hard to deal with people who are bullshit, then you haven't gotten to the body connected yet. I've been body connected since as a teenager. Like, you're out. Maybe means you're out because it means you don't know what you want in life. And today, God tells me, Maria, don't judge your brothers and sisters of human suffering, a waste of your fucking time. Not good or bad, because there's no monsters in town. So when you are in communion with divinity, source, Akash, you don't say, I am it. Because the ones who do, it's really not magical. In my book, they dishonor that which is spirit and source and Akash, but that's because I'm knowledgeable and I'm okay with dark matter, dark energy. Please don't implode. I'm okay with the 9th chakra and 8th chakra, which we're still working on, my lovely 5D collective. And I am only here for the 5D collective because I'm not anywhere near 4D, 3D. They won't be able to stand near my ventral energy. And they won't also be able to stand my gaze, because every time you look at somebody who's not self-empowered, and that means they didn't get seen, soothed, safe, secure, yeah, their attachment wounds flare up. They're going to want to bring it out, or they're going to want to, get a hug. And in both cases, if they bring it out, I'm like, hey, tomato, tomato. Wow, I do not have great skills all the time, but I'm so sorry. What the heck? So that's how it works when you do know equanimity. And discernment, it means that I can spot a liar a mile away, because we're all nervous systems. This is why a toxic person will drain a room. It's not because they're an energy vampire. They actively are a grandiose who inside has a poor shriveling little thing that is dying to come out. And the more they grandiose, the more it shrivels, and the more we who are humane feel the poor child. And that is because that poor 1-year-old and 3-year-old still lives within a person. So when I see grandiosity, I don't think, oh my God, you're such a badass. I think, wow, if we ever met, I think that you would, actually I've had an experience before. And it's a funny one, but that will be for my lovely private group. If any of you become part of it, remember this moment and say, hey, Maria, remember that episode where you told us about, I want to hear, it'll be near a campfire though. We'll be near the campfire with the s'mores and all that. Okay. So thanks for stopping by. This is a little bit of this and that, but again, your heart, your human heart, it is amazing. And it is only when you're using it to feel deeply. When you're using it to feel means you can hug yourself even when you're sad, when you're mad, when you're afraid. You bring in the kind intention, and that's the mindfulness practices. And then you also do mindsight. So you sift the sensations, images, because your body can contain it. And if you can't do it yet, it's not a race. That's why Dr. Amy Pegan mentions the bad sides of resilience. So she's great for the ones who need to hear about how the survival mode kicks in still after years of therapy. And then if you care about your health, like Hippocrates points out, you will want to go and do the discipline stuff. And you will want to know that you don't want to not take care of it, because Pinocchio don't look good when he hits rock bottom. I use news stories to talk about the people who disregard Gabor Mate. Why the pain, not why the addiction. Why the consistent re-traumatization of yourself. Let's use words not by weaponizing, but create awareness. If people don't live their healthy lifestyle, it's pretty clear why. It's called their embodied brain, and they don't know how to use their heart. They don't have to expand the window tolerance to window welcome to sadness, but they could stop calling it laundry and go and check out neuroscientists to explain to you how the going with the flow state is pretty straightforward. Oh, and how your brain works. Also, that 90 seconds is how much an emotion lasts when you know how to wield your thoughts and your emotions, and then you also know how to sit and say, okay, that God told you won't die, Maria, a panic attack. And that's what and it's very easy for me to be quiet inside. So I'm not sure about you, but that's why I really find it humorous. All I'm telling you now is a grown-up version of what I kind of did at the same time when I was a kid. And when people say, but you've changed, yes, I didn't stay 8 years of age, as you can tell. And I'm happy my brain kept evolving and expanding with me, because I see buffoons who are 16-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 11-year-olds, but they're older than me or about my same age. And some are famous. And I'm like, wow. I'm seriously not looking up. I'm not looking down either. I'm just like, wow, that's amazing. I can meet your child in the most immature version of itself, because as they get older and use the dark sides of neuroplasticity, it's not fabulous. And they don't know how to open their heart. Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. Yeah, it doesn't break. It's a muscle. And also when you're thinking clearly, you're like, hey, I don't have to be sad. Why should I expect anything? Emotionally immature people, they don't know what they're doing. Like my facade friend, he is never going to be his true self, but I get to meet his Cusco mask. And so I get to meet a bunch of masks. And that is where I'm going to leave you for now. We'll be back with more. Again, human heart is a great, great, powerful thing, but when you're being authentic, when you're not, it's still powerful, just not the same way as it really doesn't like when you don't want to open it up. And really, it just stores all the charges. And then, well, again, I'm going to leave it alone. Thanks to all the guides for being here. God, Jesus, Buddha, haha. I laugh at you, you laugh at me, and then we're in good company. We don't laugh by making fun of each other. We actually support each other. Walking, talking angels, all. And they're all very much with the same heart. So stop dehumanizing our brothers and sisters, the ones who didn't get lucky. We got lucky. The ones of us who have feelings, we got our emotional body. That's good. The ones who don't feel lucky, again, there's plenty of more episodes you can tune into. Get restorative, embodied, self-aware, securely attached, be your sense of self. Then you're going to know what it means to be a badass, and to actually know how to work with yourself and others, by the way, which there's a lot of emotionally immature people out there. I'm about to go walk in the street. I'm happy to. I can feel it, Rubes. I stay at home. I'm a healer. How dare you trauma dump? Those are all spiritual bypassers. They're just using the spiritual journey, but they're pretending that they're good, and then they don't go to therapy, and then they tell us, the equanimous ones, that we're the ones who are bypassing. No, some have a self-agent who is equanimous and feels deeply and not bypassing. We actually see exactly what's happening. We also know why, and God keeps chiming in to tell me it's time to go. Ciao for now.